Hello, Steve White, Steve White's 89. Well, Madonna has finally officially released American Life. Now, it's not the original video, because the original video was a very disturbing video, and Madonna decided at the last minute, because they conceived and filmed the video before the war broke out, and afterwards, I think what people said at the time was that she thought it would look as though she was coming out against the troops and not supporting the troops, which, the way America is, it wouldn't have been a good thing. So she pulled the video. It's the first time she ever blinked and actually decided, no, that's too much. I'm going to not do that. For pretty much, maybe not the only time in her career now, but the first time in her career that she actually did that. And I was incredibly disappointed in her. And I always blamed Guy Ritchie. I figured that he was worried about, right-wing extremists and war mongers and that, basically, being, outraged at the video and, coming after them or the kids or something. I always imagined him saying, no, you're not endangering my kids for your, career. So that's what I always figured happened, but I don't know, I wasn't there. I was always disappointed. And then they replaced it with this incredibly lame and boring video where they took just the footage of Madonna in front of the camera, talking to the camera, in front of a green screen, and just put basically all the flags of the world basically behind her, while they edited just a couple of shots over and over again of her talking at the camera. And I guess they had to have a video, but and that's what they came up with the footage they could use. But I always hated it. And also the video on her YouTube channel was really low quality. And there have been copies of American Life on YouTube for years. One was included in the special features of one of the unofficial Reinvention Tour videos, and the quality is reasonably good. DVDs, the quality is reasonably good, and they've both been remastered. Now, the director's edition, which is what she released, the original version ends with, the sequence at the end is shorter. There are a few differences about halfway through the video. The little boy doesn't have the thing pulled off his head when he's walking down the runway by the soldiers. They don't harass the little girls. They just turn and face the screen with the helicopters firing at them. And then you really don't see, and there's one other shot difference when they're in the bathroom. One of the other dancers, one of the other girls, she's looking in the mirror, buttoning up her shirt, whereas in the other video she was sort of butting up against one of the other girls, I think. So that was the first shot that was different. And because I watched a comparison earlier in the day, and but then when you get towards the end, it's about 30 seconds, 40 seconds longer, I think, or maybe more than that, and there's just a lot of scenes. A lot of it is filmed on the runway of people being blown up and shot, and just gore and blood and violence, and they also had a lot of intercut video of real war, but in the other video they showed a lot of that earlier, and it was more jets flying and guns lining up and stuff like that, but you didn't actually see anything really explicit, and they sort of did that in place of the filmed footage, and the footage they did use was more violent as well. So those are the main changes between the videos. And of course the end, the original video, because Bush was in power at the time, ends with him catching the grenade, and it's only a lighter, and it's interpret it how you will. The other director's edition was a bit more, shall we say, timeless, where the grenade just lands and it's just a matter of, what happens next, now it's real for these people. Because what's really disturbing about the video, and I always get chills when I watch that video and react a lot to it, because just the juxtaposition of the real war film, the violence being staged on the stage, and the audience just laughing and enjoying it, and it's like a show. It's just like a ride or something, a thrill ride or something, and just the vulgarity of these people who, it is just a war to them. It's just a game. It's just a performance. It's just entertainment. It's a joke. It's not real to them. It doesn't touch them really until that last shot. So I always loved that. but I always found it very disturbing and chilling. And I've never watched the director's edition of that video and not gotten chills and maybe even some tears. I just can't watch it without reacting, triggering me. So I love that she released the director's edition. It is better, it is more timely, it is more disturbing. I wish she'd released both, but there are HD versions, 720 and I think 1080 versions of the original video, so I'm okay. I think she made the better choice here, and I'm just glad she released it, and I hope it gets some attention. The video, when I looked, only had 40 views because it had only been up for about 21 seconds when I saw it. I clicked it as soon as it came up. I was trying to be the first comment, but I wasn't. But I'm glad she released it. I hope a lot of people see it. I hope people talk about it. It's still relevant, and that's the really sad and disturbing part about the video. Not the video itself, but that it's still just as relevant, and it is still American life.